count on you? One last time?
All right, kid. Let's go do it. One last time.
Welcome back to day 22. I just recorded this whole video and my face cam recording just cropped out. So I'm going to start again. And we're going to talk about it again, all right? Today we're going to go over, first of all, today is day 22 of 50 Days of Drake. Like I said, we are going to talk about the documentary series that Naughty Dog had done with PlayStation. It's 4 parts, and we're going to go over the first part today. Thanks, guys, so much for watching and subscribing and supporting these videos. You guys are awesome. Let's talk about this video.
You know, with just the inception of Uncharted, we wanted to create a playable summer blockbuster.
My boy Neil Druckmann.
And it's character-driven, story-based, action-adventure shooter.
My man. I love how this does feel like a summer blockbuster. It feels like a Hollywood,
Full of that, there's meaningful
Hollywood
story
movie.
moments, there's lovable characters.
I love this when they're in their tuxedos.
Too long, boyo.
The heart is Nathan Drake and the cast of characters that surround him.
This was somebody who was vulnerable. I remember the first time that we did a punching thing, and I said, hey, what if he
We
hit
do
him
love
and
Nate
it
when
hurt?
he's vulnerable, when he
You know, I
shows
said,
his
I punch
vulnerability.
people, it hurts. So it was one of the first people who
Because
hit
he's
me like
flawed,
that.
and
You know,
he's-
when
it just
he
makes him
fell
more
from a
human.
height, it knocked the wind out of him, and he would struggle to get up. That's what Nate is at his core.
That
He's
scene,
just
when
a
I remember when I
normal
first
guy
saw
trying
it,
to do
and the
best
first
he
thing I
can,
noticed
and
was
he just
Nate's
keeps
ring. I'm
falling
like,
into these extraordinary
Elaine and him
circumstances,
are
and
back
has to dig
together.
his way out of
They're
them.
still together.
Everybody wants to be that guy. You want to be
Troy
that
Baker's just
adventurer
brilliant.
that's
I mean,
digging up treasures that have
him
been
and Nolan
lost
North
to
are
history
just
and
killing the
time.
game right
You want
now.
to see what kind of problems he gets himself into and how they're going to get out of it.
I love that
and
scene.
you get to be part of that adventure. Like, how am I going to get them out of that?
With Uncharted 1, you know, that was our,
And think
our
how
first
far
game
they've
on
come from
PlayStation
Uncharted 1
3.
to
We moved away from
to,
Jack
I
and
mean,
Daxter.
just
It
I
was
can't
a
even wait to
brand new
see
IP, and it felt like
what
we
they're
really
gonna
have
do
something
in
to
Uncharted
prove here.
4.
It was like
Think about what they
create a
haven't shown
character
us yet.
that
As
moves
as
believably,
much
that
as they've
has a
shown
realistic
us,
weight, but also
there's still so
is
much we
fluid
don't
and
know,
responsive,
and they haven't shown us.
that is
It's gonna be amazing.
just about the most difficult thing you can ask.
Drake was kind of like, he was kind of a little newer to the game. He was still figuring himself out.
Look, I love
so
the
was
baseball
the
shirt.
studio in lots of ways.
He's got
We're
his
still
sneakers
trying to figure
on.
out
He doesn't even
what
have his
Uncharted
boots
was.
on.
The cutting edge part of Uncharted was the process. by
Emily
which
Rose
they
looks like she
decided to
hasn't
capture the content.
aged a day.
A lot
I'm
of it
sorry.
was trial and error and trying to figure it out, then trying to gain experience of doing that.
All the games that I'd done before were all you go into a booth by yourself.
I mean, he has got
and
such
you
a
do the lines, one by one.
recognizable
And I
voice.
thought that's what it was going to be. And Gordon Hunt, who was the
I mean, when you
director,
hear his
came
voice and
over
you close his eyes, all you
I've
see
known
is
him
Sully.
For a while, and he said, "This is what we're going to do. You're going to start out here, and you're going to go." And whoa, Gordon, what are you talking about? Moving around here? This is a game, right? He said, "Yeah, it's motion capture." And I went, "Motion what?"
Motion
And
who?
I think, you know, especially 10 years ago.
I
when
love
this
watching
started,
the motion
that was
capture,
something that people never saw.
And we had these kind
documentaries
of this idea
behind
of
the scenes.
The game was gonna
That's
be
so
3
fascinating to me.
pillars. It was going to be combat, traversal, and puzzles.
I mean, to
Now it
me,
felt like with Uncharted
there is
2,
no
we
other
really-
game, there is
now we
no other
really have
series. I
something
mean,
to
like,
prove.
yes,
Let's
Tomb
tell a
Raider is
more
very
complex
similar.
story. Let's get deeper into who this
but
character is. Let's show some of his
there's
flaws.
no
Let's
other
get into some
franchise
of his
that
vulnerabilities, his insecurities,
is
as a character.
as fun to
But at the
play
same
and is
time,
it's just so
we wanted to
perfect.
up
I'm
our
sorry,
sets
to
game,
me
and
it's
from a couple
perfect.
of pieces of
You have the
technology,
action, you have
mostly
the story,
Drake's
you have the
interaction with
characters,
moving
you have
objects.
the
That
puzzle
sort of
solving.
spawned
It's just
the
so much
big set
fun.
pieces, like the
And it's
train,
exciting, and
the building
it just
collapse.
gives you
But they weren't the focus. They weren't
that
the
feeling
core
of like
thing.
you
We didn't
really
start
are
saying,
them.
"We're
You are
gonna
really
make
playing
amazing
as
set
them, and
pieces."
you are
We
there
started
in there
saying
with
we're
them
gonna
in
make
this world.
core gameplay that's really, really solid to play.
And these huge set pieces, even if they didn't have them, it'd still be amazing. As we've seen with The Last of Us, The Last of Us didn't have huge set pieces and huge, you know, scenes like that, epic scenes, like this water scene. With the water rushing when Ramses, you know, shoots the glass out. But you really, I mean, when you have good characters and you have good story and you have good character building, you don't need that stuff.
Last
But
of Us
it's
to me was
awesome when they have
refreshing
it.
because you could get away from that spectacle. You could think more on like a very intimate.
I mean, when you strip
character
everything
level
down
and
and
gain
you just have
experience
those
with something, you know,
characters
again, as a team
and
we were uncomfortable with. We've never done something
and
like
the
that before. We've
main
never tackled a genre like that before.
issues that they're dealing with, it's just, it's brilliant.
Pieces and we tried to couple them in with pivotal points in the story so that when a big event happens to our characters
It's
or their
true.
relationships with those characters, that we really
We
wanted
really
to
feel
play
it.
those out.
The ideal for us is that when you're playing the game and the
I saw
character's
him
going
at
through an emotion
PlayStation
on
Experience too.
the screen, that we've made you feel that emotion.
One thing that we really learned from The Last of Us and kind of experimented with and got really good results from is just allowing the player to just poke around in an intriguing environment. You know, talk to people.
Did you
have
not
these
cry
kind
when
of
you saw the
silent
giraffes? I'm sorry.
conversations
Giraffe
with
scene.
your
If
buddies
you
or
don't
with
cry,
your
you have no
allies and
soul.
stuff that give the player this slow
I
time
love
to
this.
really make themselves a part of this
He's
world.
playing with the lemur, and he's acting like a big kid.
Sully, come on,
Come on, Dad, look at the lemur.
Something that we really
Like, you just
felt
see
we
like the
learned
kid
a lot
inside
on
of him,
Last
and you
Us
see his
is the
humanity.
relationship between Joel and Ellie.
And even though, you know, all this
How
crazy stuff is going
it's not
down, he
just
still takes the
Joel
time to
doing
play with that
everything,
little
but
animal,
Ellie is a
that
big
cute
part
little
of it as
lemur.
well, and it feels so satisfying when she helps him out at the last minute, right when you need it. It really resonated with us,
And
we
that's all
really
thanks
want
to Ashley
incorporate
Johnson, who did
type
that.
of
She was
feeling as
amazing.
well with the characters that you travel
This
the
is
story
why
with.
we
We
have
want them to
our
be there
side
with
characters
you
helping
and
us out
helping
out
you
in
guys working
The
together
Last
as
of
a
Us
team.
and in Uncharted
After
4.
making The Last of Us, I think that influenced a lot in making a more personal story with Uncharted. But at the same time, you know, we love Uncharted. This is still the Uncharted that you've always loved. It's just there's more layers to it now.
So moving back into the Uncharted world is kind of like
So now
coming
that
home
was
in a
all
way
thanks to
and
Ashley
creating
Johnson.
a
I mean,
very kind of brighter,
thanks to her
larger
being,
world to
you know,
play
so
in.
creative and
Similar in
really
some ways to
delving
Nathan
into the
Drake
role.
being drawn back to the
I love that
adventure,
punch
being
scene. Oh,
forced
right
to,
quick
like, go
here, I want
big
to talk
again
about when
and
the
go,
truck
like,
busts in.
big
Look at
spectacle,
that
big
globe.
explosions. We're trying to, like,
Soon
take
as
on
the
all
truck
lessons
busts
we've
in,
learned
the
throughout
globe
games that
starts to
we've
spin
worked
from
on
the
and try to tell a
impact.
more human story within that.
If you can
Uncharted
imagine
4,
them putting
perhaps
that
as a
much thought and
result,
detail into
is gonna be
something
the
so
best
small that you will
balance
only see
of
for
bombastic
literally
and
2 seconds,
over-the-top and
if you blink, you'll
exciting
miss it.
adventure, and
Because
these smaller moments, these
that
small intimate
impact,
moments
the globe
that
spins,
end up meaning just
and
as
you
much,
just
that end
might
up
not even
having-
notice it, and you
sticking
just
with us for
because
just
you're
as
running
long.
away and you're trying to,
I
you
think there's
know,
a lot of responsibility
live,
for us to be
but
true to what
it's
has come before with Uncharted.
to even put the
last
globe
3
there in the
games were
first
amazing
place and then
adventures.
make it spin is just, I
And
mean,
now
the
that we're doing
subtleties.
the 4th one, which
They
may
think
be
of
the final
everything,
chapter,
and
there's a
you're
lot of
the
respect
back in the back of your
that the
mind, it
characters have
picks it
earned.
up. All
There's
of
a lot
this.
of,
It's just amazing.
Emotion that we've invested in these guys and gals over the years, and a lot of hard work that's gone into to make it all possible.
We feel like there's so much invested from all the people here.
Can you imagine
that
how
have
much
been
work
working
it must take?
on
These people must not have seen their
creating
families for
this
weeks
whole,
on end
like,
to
world
get this game
for
out.
a decade.
I mean,
wanna
we've
do
been living with
ourselves
Nate
a
for 10
service
years.
of actually tying this together.
And I think there is some responsibility there to take it seriously, to tell the story of these characters honestly, because there are so many people that take such joy in it, that our responsibility is to then make sure
Neil
that they're
Druckmann,
getting the best possible
he
game
watched
we
the
can make.
playthroughs
And that's
of
constantly
teens
as a team
react
seeing
to
how every
playing The
department
Last of
pushes
Us,
the other one,
because he
and
said
we
because
strive for
he's
nothing
so
less than
involved in
perfection.
these
Even though we'll
games,
never
he can't
achieve it,
experience in a way that we can for the first
And
time.
that's the thing that drives us.
Because
we wanna make
he sees
something that
everything
we
that's
can look
wrong
at
with
and
it.
be
As
proud of and
perfect
say,
as
like,
their games
"Man,
are,
this is
that's a
like, how cool we
perfectionist.
made this."
But
Every
he
pixel
actually
on the
said he got
screen, like,
enjoyment out of
somebody
watching
here,
them play
the
it
energy
because
that
he
went
got
into
to see
every
their
single
true
pixel on that screen.
reactions,
That's
something that,
awesome.
you know, he couldn't experience for himself because he was so embedded in the game and the making of the game. But back to Ashley Johnson's role. I mean, it's just so monumental that what she did, what she took her character. And when if you watch the Grounded documentary on The Last of Us, Neil Druckmann said when they were filming these scenes, and that Ashley was looking like really annoyed and frustrated, and he was asking, you know, like, what's going on? Why you look so frustrated? And she said, I feel like I would help. I feel like Ellie would help. I feel like Ellie would go in there and help Joel. And, you know, and because of that, that changed the whole course of the game. Just from her being like, you know, a little, you know, 14-year-old girl, like just being helpless and just not doing anything to help out Joel, she became his partner. She became the one who helped him when he was in a tight spot. The last minute, she would save him. And that carried on from The Last of Us to Uncharted 4. Just when we were playing the Madagascar, watching the Madagascar gameplay, and the part where you see the soldiers and, you know, he's starting to become aware of Nate, And then as he's walking towards Nate, Sully comes up behind him and takes him out for us. You know, it's because of that, of her saying, I would do something, and it becomes authentic to the character, and it becomes authentic to the gameplay. So that was just brilliant for me, and I think she's amazing for even speaking up, you know, where you're just like, I'm an actress, I come in, I do my job, and I go home. And even as much as you love the characters, the fact that she did that and had the nerve to say it, it just made the gaming experience so much better, because when she does help you out in a tight spot, it's amazing. It's like, oh, you really feel like she's in it with you. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we're going to come back with part 21. There's 4 parts of this series. We're going to talk about part 2 tomorrow, and we're going to go over everything. So thanks guys so much for watching this video, and thanks for supporting this channel. I really appreciate it. I hope you come back for more, because we are going beast mode when this game comes out. I'm playing everything. I'm going to upload as much as I can, as much as I can every day. I'm going to try for 2 to 3 videos a day. That's going to be a lot, but I'm going to really try, guys. So thanks for watching, and we'll come back tomorrow for day 21.